Hello, everyone, and welcome to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am doing a quick, easy, hopefully, project for you this finishing Friday. The project is the Make It Mini. That was in, I believe, our October 2024 Creative Notions box. Let's see if I can give you a close-up of that little Make It Mini there. It's mini falling leaf. It was Make It Mini falling leaves. So I am going to just let you know up front the fabrics that we received. I misread the cuts. Well, I couldn't figure out how they wanted me to cut. So I had to improvise with some black fabric, and some of my little squares are not a full size that they're supposed to be. So, but we are going to get right on into it, guys. So how is your day going? It is Friday. We're so happy. I know it. I know you guys are. I know I am too, because I am, as you see this, I should be where I'm going, or I'm enjoying myself right now. And right now, I am laying all my pieces out. I've already cut all of my fabrics, and we are just going to get into making this just right on it. We're going to make it a quickie, a quick sew. That's what it is. So we are going to take each, we have 4 different prints here. Let's see if I can separate them out there. I have 4 different prints. And then I have 4 black fabrics. These are not the ones that they used. So, it is what it is. So, what we are going to do is make our 4 half square triangles. And how we do that, we just layer a print with a black and sew 1/4 inch all the way around. Guys, I know in one of the videos earlier, I told y'all my machine was making all kinds of racket. I changed out my needle to a Schmetz. It's called a Super Universal. I've never used this before. This is what I ordered in the Green Fairy Quilts 12 Days of Christmas. Cause the needle is actually like a gunmetal, is I guess what it would be called. Graphite. It's a gray, a dark gray color. And whew, this thing is smooth. I'm telling you, I've never had a needle this smooth. And I mean, no noises. My machine. Now, I know the needle I had in there, it was time for it to be replaced. But this is I believe it's a 7010 is what I got. And yeah, I'm just doing one side, and then I'll trim them all and then do the second side. And I know some people probably can do this without having to do what I'm doing, but this is how I do it. I'm making 4 half square triangles. I did not pull any backing fabric to back this yet, so all you are going to see is the top, because I will have to pull some backing fabric for this. And I'm sure I have some somewhere. Because I pulled this black fabric out of my scrap bin. And y'all, I was going through my scrap bin and I did not realize I got full pieces of fabric in there. That's like at least a fat 1/8 in there. So I pulled some of them out, and some of them I have land that I love. I have some of the same exact pieces. for land that I love. So I may try to use my scrap pieces first. Or I could just keep my scrap pieces because I plan on doing a scrap quilt. A red, white, and blue scrap quilt. So, but like I said, some of these pieces are pretty good size. I don't know. No, you can't see them. I have them stacked on my little table over here. It's below the sewing machine, so you can't see it. But yeah, today I wanted some easy sewing, and that's what I'm doing. I'm doing some easy sewing. And yeah, I'm just letting you know, you will see several videos that I look like I'm wearing the same clothes. It's because I did all of the videos in the same day. Because I wanted you guys to have a video every single day while I was taking my rest. And I hope while you're watching the video or listening to the video, you're taking a rest or relaxing or easily relax. I don't know if relaxfully sewing. Enjoying your time. My sister and I do this. Well, we did one in December and we're doing one in January. So we like to do this quite frequently. We like to take us a little R&R weekend and enjoy ourselves. Especially after the holidays. My goodness. You would think after the holidays, I had 2 weeks off for the holidays, and you would have thought that I would have been rested and I had everything in my house. No, I made more mess to clean up, guys. Do y'all do that? Do y'all decide you're going to clean, and then when you have to go back to work, it's a bigger mess than it was when you started? I do that all the time. And I don't like that I do that because it makes my life hard. But I have a little, my husband tells me ADHD, OCD, and a lot of other letters. Because I have to have things just a certain way. But for me, I have to have it a certain way because that way. Okay, let's talk about kitchen. He does not know how to put dishes away. Because he, after being in this house, we've been in this house since 2006. So, 18 years, almost 19. And he still don't know where things go. Now, I will admit that when we started doing the kitchen remodel in 2021, that I did move some dishes around just to where that it's more functional. I have, like, where my microwave is, all my microwave dishes are now. Before they were across the room because my cabinets are in a U shape. And I had all my microwave dishes over my dishwasher. Well, now over my dishwasher, I have what I use the most, my plates and my cups. So when they come out of the dishwasher, I can just put them right on in the cabinet. But now, I don't use my dishwasher. And mainly because something's wrong with it. I don't know why, but it leaves a nasty mess on my dishes. We've cleaned filters. We've cleaned. Now, granted, it's almost 19 years old. It's time to be replaced. I think what it is, it's just the pump is not pumping the water out fast enough. And it's holding that dirty water on my dishes. And because they have like a white film on them. And I do not use like the pods, nothing like that, because we've already had one issue with that. And what that does is the pods don't seem to disintegrate all the way or dissolve all the way, and you end up with a mess in your, we have to have treatment plants here. We don't have septic systems. We have, when you put a house in or build a house, you have to put your own treatment plant in. And it just messes that all up. We had to have our treatment plant dug out, and it's like a septic tank on your property here. And we had our treatment plant, our tank area dug out, cleaned out, and you would not believe, even in the septic tank, they did not dissolve. Because the guy told us, he said, these are pods. He's like, you've got to quit using pods. He didn't know if we used it for, well, see, we used it on laundry and dishes. And he was, you got to quit, because it was awful. But we quit using them, and our wash is fine. Our wash drain's fine. It's just our dishwasher don't. So I'm thinking that's more of a pump issue and not, you know, like a dishwasher issue. Okay, guys. So what you do once you have these sewn on all four sides, you will then cut them this way and this way on the corner. And that way you have 4 half square triangles. Got my little marking tool here. I'm going to move my fabrics the best I can out of the way, because I will have to press these open. And what I do not use the corners as my guide. I use where my stitch lines go across one another as my corner point, because I could have been off of the corner just a little bit, and this way I'm still, you know, I'm still on, kind of. Oops. And you need to do this on a rotating mat. I haven't pulled mine out yet, so what I'm going to do is just lay mine back down, make sure that stitch line evens up, lay my marking tool from corner to corner of stitch line, and there I have 4 half square triangles that I get to press out. So once I press these out, I will be right back with you. I now have all my half square triangles pressed and trimmed, and I'm going to tell you guys, if y'all don't know what this is a trim lock, Trimlock. This is your best friend when it comes to trimming your squares or half square triangles. So what we are about to do is, our next step is our stem unit. We have 4 black squares here, and we need to trim them once diagonally. Okay, so I have those cut on the diagonal, and now what we have to do is take our 4 stem pieces, which I know, man, that's hard to see against me. So our next step is to take our 4 black squares, cut them on the diagonal, which I've already done. Once we do that, we are to fold these triangles in half, and it says to finger press it. What we are doing is making a indentation on the triangle so we can attach our stems. Well, I'm not that good at finger pressing, so I'm just going to press it with my iron. I cannot believe, when I was going through my boxes and stuff to destash all the projects that I found, and I was like, oh no, I'm making that, I'm making that, I'm making that. Well, I'm going back through them, and I'm looking at the projects closer. There will be some of these boxes put up to go again, and I still have 3 boxes available from the last sale. So I will be having another destash happening, but it is going to have some box projects, but a lot of them are just going to be bagged projects. So this time I will post a lot earlier than I did. Well, the next time I will post it a lot earlier than I did this last time. So if you want to be there, you can. And everything that was claimed has gone out. So we are good on the first one. Y'all should be receiving your boxes within, let's see, it said 3 to 4 business days for most of the packages, I think. Now, what we also have to do is take our brown stem, fold it in half, and also press that one. And like I said, I'm just doing this with my iron because it does such a better job than I do. So we have our 4 stems pressed in half and our 8 black triangles pressed in half. So what we'll do is put a stem between 2 of the triangles. And that center mark is going to help us know where it should go. Like right here, I have a brown and a triangle, and I just nest that pressed in, and then I will sew it. And while I nest it, I'm going to go on and pin it just to make sure it stays in place. And I will pop that on the sewing machine here. I have the black on the bottom. Going on and taking that pin out. I definitely do not want to run over a pin with a new needle in there. Okay, so I'm just going to sew right on off the end of that one so I can get my next triangle and do my next. They don't want to separate, guys. That's what's going on. But another thing that I've received some information, guys, and I thought those that get the Creative Notions bi-monthly bag or box, whatever it is that comes in. Recently, it's been boxes. I know previously it had been bags. But those that get the subscription for Creative Notions, I have corresponded with Vicky, and she has told me that the fabrics for the box that we should have received in December just came in earlier this week, and they were starting to cut. So know that the December bag is soon to be rolling, excuse me, to be rolling out. And I know this has to be very discouraging for them as well, that their products are not coming on time to get their boxes out on time. That just has, that, I could not imagine. I could not imagine. I'm just going to say that. I could not imagine, because me, I know if someone was relying on me, that I would be very upset if I couldn't provide. And I imagine Vicky is upset too with her providers, that they're not meeting a time frame. But hey, it's not just them, because my local quilt shop, which I hope to go see them today. If I have enough time, I hope to go see them today. To see if they got the rest of their November order. Their order from Moda, they did not get their complete order in November, and as of the last time I was there, they had not gotten any of their December. Their stuff that they had ordered for December. So it's not just them. So it is across the board, it looks like. Just having difficulties getting things in. So what I'm doing here, I'm trimming them apart, and I am going to, I don't know, does it even say how to press it out? I don't think it does. Okay, it does say press away from the center. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and put these on because the reason I'm doing that is because my press marks are still in the fabric, the brown fabric, so I can still pin that brown fabric on and still be centered. That way I don't have to worry about trying to center that triangle to the other triangle. So that was a bit of information that I had received earlier in the week, probably about midweek. Well, probably Tuesday or Wednesday, I received that information. So that's exciting news that our December package will be getting here pretty soon. Or maybe not pretty soon, but it's in the works. It is in the works. So happy though. Yeah, on these batiks, I can't really tell what's the right side and what's the wrong side. I'm taking a guess. But this is creating our stem, our leaf stems. And we will press all of these outwards. So, well, I guess my choice in fabric really didn't matter on the replacement fabric, because some of these that I'm looking at here have no design or anything on them at all, so it should work. These have a of course it's batik, so it has like a floral design on it, and my other one's got swirlies, so it'll work out fine. And if it don't work out fine, it's only hanging up in my living room, and it's only going to be there a month out of the year. It'll probably only be there in November, maybe not October even though it's fallen leaves. I think I have something for October. I have the little scarecrow for October, because I do like the Make It Minis. But I have realized that on the Make It Minis, I really like the foundation paper piecing ones a whole lot better than those that I have to, I don't know what to call this, freehand sew. Okay, so I have all of them sewn. Now let's hope I did them all correctly, and I will press them outward and bring you right back once I'm done. Okay, guys, these are now pressed and trimmed up. I'm going to tell you how I trim these. Maybe it'll make it a little easier. The little brown strip in the center, I folded it in half because it did overhang these squares. I folded it in half, and since I knew I cut my strips even, I folded them where each end was even, and I pressed it, and I used my trim lock and put it on the groove where I pressed and trimmed it to the size I needed. So now is our time to assemble. And to assemble, I may need to press, it feels like I've got something in here. I got to press a wrinkle out of my fabric. That may make it a little bit bigger, but I know everything's going to be a certain size. And I had a couple of my little colored squares here, my print squares, that actually were a little too small. So we're going to adjust that as we go. The first thing we use is we get our stem piece, and then we get our solid color piece. I am using the plaid first. So I am going to go straight across and assemble this block first. Well, I may not assemble this block first. What's going to happen, I'm going to do the first two of each block first, and then we will do the remainder. I'll do the first two of each row of each block first. Does that make sense? Probably not. So then I will use another solid of the one I'm using. Well, actually, you use 2 solids. So I'm using both solid. And when I'm calling it solid, it's the print, the square, not a half square triangle. Okay, that's the first 2 rows, and then the last row 2 pieces. I'm going to lay it here. I'm looking at my assembly instructions here, making sure that I am assembling right. Okay, so next I will go to the next square. Since I got the first 2 done, I'll do since I got the first 2 of the 3 rows done, I will do that last one last. Does that make sense? It probably don't. But we're going to start with our stem. And then we're going to go a solid. That's just a square there. So I'm doing the first 2 blocks of every row of every block. Now, that maybe that was stated better. Maybe. So I'm now on my 3rd one. What I will do, I will go on and complete these and bring you guys back once I'm going to start assembling the full piece. Okay, I didn't think to tell you that we will do some assembling together. So I have the 3 rows for one of my blocks done, and we are just going to nest this, and I pin. If you're new here, you may not know that I pin all my nested seams just so they stay together. And we'll do this one together, and then I'll bring you back after I have this one completed, after I get all 4 of them done. And yeah, I'm quite surprised that these are coming together so well. I do like how how Creative Notions has oversized the blocks. Let me see how I put them together, because that's going to determine my nesting and all that. I do like how Creative Notions has oversized the cuts and has you trim them down for like your half square triangles and your stem block. It's really nice to have it oversized and then to trim it down. Because then when you make an oopsie like I do, it really isn't an oopsie. I mean, it's okay because you'll trim it down. So now I am putting my 3rd row on my leaf block. And I will press this so you guys can see what it looks like completed and pressed, not just completed. Okay, I'm going to press this and then I will be right back. Okay, y'all, here is my very first leaf block. So I will get the other 3 completed, and we will come right back after that. Okay, y'all, I now have all 4 of my leaf blocks done. So now I just have to decide how I want to throw these together. I've seen these done so many different ways. I don't know if I'm going to have them all go in the same directions or separate directions. Who knows? Who knows? I could have them going out. I think I'm going to have them all go in the same direction, actually. I am going to put these 2 together, and it looks like they are pressed the same exact way. So that means I have to pin in that seam. Currently, we are running at 1 hour and 43 minutes, which you are not going to see that. That's how long it has taken me to do this project, and there's a lot that you haven't seen. All the pressing, of course. You don't want to see all that boring part. But you haven't seen all the pressing, and you didn't see me do all 4 of the blocks. You saw me do one of them. But we have a project that is almost completely done. We are getting the first 2 assembled of our block, or put together, or we are assembling our full quilt top. Now I know I'm taking this off, but I'm going to show you. All of mine are going to go the same direction. Now these 2, what I should have done was done 2 of them towards the inside and 2 of them towards the outside, but I didn't know how I was going to do my layout, and I still may do them different. I may make them all go to the inside. Don't know. I could flip this where they all go to the inside, or I could flip both of them so the stems go to the inside and the leaf goes to the outside. I don't know yet. We're going to see which way looks best. And once we lay it out and decide which way looks best, we will then just sew it together. But I am going to press it. Okay, guys, now I have my Creative Notions October 2024 4-leaf Make It Mini completed. All I need to do now is back it and quilt it, and I'll be able to hang it on my little Make It Mini rack that I have. But here you go. So guys, I thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you sewed something while we were sewing. And give me a thumbs up if you have not yet. Please subscribe and click that notification bell and click all so you don't miss a single thing that we have coming out this year. There is a lot of things in the works. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.